I don't think like when you just talk about like good white people and stuff like that. When you try to tell them the truth about history, when you think about history in general, with dominant and recessive, white people don't want the truth. They believe in the bullshit. Like the deeper in history you go, the blacker it gets. White people haven't existed as like before a certain period. This is why you don't see nothing referring to them before a certain period. You don't see carvings. You don't see shit because they really have some kind of illogical logic that these niggas was out there building pyramids and shit. Like nigga, you are recessive. You can barely handle sunlight as is, and your people are dying every minute. Like you cannot be serious. Your people are dying globally. Like you're dying more than you're being birthed, and you people actually think that like if you're dying now, just imagine if you were back then out there and everybody was out there living naturally like outside as a African should outside naturally. Like I mean, I'm not saying they lived outside, but they were always like usually outside. When you think about it, when you working, most of the jobs you have, you're working inside the building, sitting down, or working in some kind of confines of the building, with unofficial light or artificial light and all this shit. All this bullshit that they got y'all doing is all unnatural. It's unnatural shit because they're unnatural beings. They're mankind and not really human, or they are, but like I guess the weakest of the weak, like the weakest link. But that weakest link isn't directly connected to the cosmos, which is nature or the universe. And if you're not directly connected to nature and the cosmos, and something is wrong. Like that's nature not trusting your ass, and that's something wrong with that. And then I never understood why some people say that white people don't have souls, but I could see why, or something like that, because the way they behave. If you look at how some of them behave, it makes sense now. It really makes sense. Barbaric, unnatural, total disregard for nature, killing animals for sport. Like who the fuck does this? You kill animals for sport and then you turn around when I arrest Michael Vick for dog fighting and shit. Like nigga, y'all go to Africa endangering species of fucking animals, of wildlife, killing them. Who kills a wildlife? Like I just seen a picture on fucking Instagram. 3 male lions dead because this motherfucker want to go on a fucking hunting spree, a fucking sport. I'm just wanna wake up. I just woke up. I'm just gonna kill some shit today. I'm gonna not just one lion. I'm gonna kill all three male lions. Knowing damn well the male lion is the protector. I mean, of the pack, of the I mean the little. I mean, he does his thing. Old as shit now. Now you got the female lions got to hold this shit by themselves. I mean, who about to procreate these little ass cubs and shit for they pride. This shit don't make no fucking sense. And the same shit they do for the black community and shit. I mean, people don't really look at it. These white people are making it a fucking business and profiting off the destruction off of us. And anything when you research and shit, it goes literally back to them. You see diseases and shit goes back to eugenics and Margaret Sanger and all them scientists and shit and Bill Gates fucking funds and shit. His family comes from that shit. You people gotta look into it, eugenics. Then you come to stuff like, and then Parenthood is within eugenics. Abortion is the number one killer of black people, but they try to say it's a heart disease and all this dumb bullshit. No, we are aborting ourselves more than we can even, like, I mean, and we still being out here, but we could have been like our population. It's like abortion is now used as population control, and people don't want to admit this shit. We got women in their feelings like, oh my God, I'm pro-choice. No, bitch, you are pro-choice for the European right now because he's using that against you. Like you have the rights. This is what women, right now, everybody so fucking caught up on. I had the rights to do with my body what I want to do. You do, and I'm not. Nobody's refuting that. But at the same time, be fucking smart about it. Like if you clearly had the stats and saying that, okay, this many black people are dying, so why would you continue to abort your children? And then people do it just because of financial reason or because they're not ready. But you out here popping your sex, having raw sex. That's not. Do not put that on a child. That's your dumb ass fault. So now you want to abort the kid because you're not ready to raise this kid and this and third. That's your fucking fault. Like why does the child side have to suffer because you're not ready to bring him into the world, or him or her into the world? Like that's slackness. And then I hate when people use that excuse because then your ass should have been aborted. Anybody that has an excuse for abortion, honestly, pro-choice or whatever like that, then honestly your ass should have been aborted because we wouldn't even be having this fucking discussion. Like you wouldn't even be hearing this shit to even be having a dumbass opinion on pro-choice. Oh, if I can't financially, like nigga, who created money in the first place? White people and shit. Like so, this monetary system and shit. Y'all are killing babies. I killing life for monetary values, financial hardships. They don't even know how this shit could happen in the future. You know how many people I know I had kids and then they changed their life around because it's like the kids gave them something to live for or something or they living for the kids, so they changed their whole lives around. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people nowadays? And then when it comes to this dominant recessive shit, then when you think of racism, oh, white people back in the day used to be think they were, superior to black people and shit. When they were never that, they were just hiding information, hiding and lying about shit all the time, and then they make them feel bad about themselves. That cognitive dissonance and shit. And but it's like now that shit's coming out and people are starting to see truth. Now all of a sudden, oh, we are all one. I don't see color. Stop that bullshit. I know y'all did, but not because niggas catching up and keeping on it. And a lot of times when you think about it, a lot of people, some of them white people don't even know their own truth too. Some of them stumbling upon across the truth because these niggas are obsessed with black people. Like they just niggas can't leave us the fuck alone. Like something about us, we are their role model. Like we are that model they aspire to be or something. Because I swear, if you really look at white people, good or bad, them niggas will know the stats about black people more than they will even know information and stats about their own fucking people, and that's the fucking sad part. This is the difference between conscious or people in general. Good and white people, they will always focus on the bad because that's what they need to focus on to feel better about themselves. But when you tell them about their own, cause they don't know that shit. They don't pay attention to that shit. There are people dying every minute. Niggas can't handle sunlight. Niggas need suntan lotion. Niggas unnatural, not maybe possibly having no souls and shit. Like, shit, they don't want to hear that kind of shit, and they don't want to. Come on, bro. And this is what's gonna happen because when we realize we're in a society or the U.S. society, Western's philosophy is nothing but. When you think about it, the U.S. is with all these different cultures, but it doesn't cater to all these different cultures. It caters to one culture or one society, and that is the recessive race. And then everybody just kind of goes along with it, and kind of like you just feel included because it's like the illusion of inclusion. When we were integrated, a lot of people don't understand. When we were integrated, we had our own shit. We had our own businesses, had everything, so we was good. We was sufficient. We wasn't. I mean, everything probably wasn't as up to par like the recessive people back in that day. But when you think about it, we were building the shit by ourselves and just starting it for ourselves. So it's not gonna be the best, but after a while in time, it would have got there, and it would have. If like think about it, if we would have kept the shit how it was and been segregated still, our shit would have surpassed them. We're smarter. We're you know genetically dominant. We're everything that they're not. And this is what they don't want us to know, and this is why people are acting the way they do. People want to act, and then everything goes right back to these motherfuckers. They be like, "Oh, you live in the projects, ghettos. You look that up. Scientific experiment that was done on animals. That's now done on human, like people that's living in the projects, the ghettos, and people not doing this. Like all you gotta do is just put that shit in Google. Google is your best friend. Stop acting afraid of Google. Like Google will tell you everything you fucking need to know about these fucking white people, and they're over here telling you this, that, and the third. And when you look research and shit, why is this the cause, this, and the third? It's right back to white people because the 1%. Who runs society? 1%, and the 1% are white, and then it trickles down because a lot of these dumbass white people think that they're a part of this great 1%. When your dumbass is the slave just like anybody else because you work a job that pays taxes back to these people that made this society. Who are they getting the taxes? You're paying all these taxes and stuff, but who created all these taxes and shit? Why don't the richer people that have the money to do this shit? No, because they don't want to spend their money just like the poor people don't want to do that. But guess what they do? Pull and make the poor and the rich richer. That's how this society is built on. Which is why it doesn't make no fucking sense. This whole, if you don't see this monetary value shit for what it is, y'all need to destroy the monetary value. If you're gonna keep holding this money thing, like Bob Marley says, the money will never run. Like numbers will never end, so the money will never end. Your taxation for money will never end. So this is like when I get money, I don't even give a fuck. Like I'll just buy some trees or do some shit. I don't give a fuck about money. Like people be all, oh my god, this, that, and the third. No, I ain't pressed because the more you're pressed with it, the more you're keeping on like an attachment to an object, and that's what it just is, an object. Like come on, you yourself have more value than money, but because we have given money value, we value money more than we value even ourselves sometimes, which is retarded. It doesn't make any type of sense. And this is another thing I have a problem with white people. White people and this victim card shit, because y'all don't never say nothing. What we need to start doing is having this thing called the retard card for these white people with this mental illness, or when they don't, when you try to put them on some facts and info, and all of a sudden, oh, it's pseudo, or where's your facts, or where's this at there, nigga, where's your retard card now? You retard victim now? You're a retard victim, bro. Mental retardation, bro, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all gotta stop playing this bullshit. Like, we are like we are the original people, so you can't bullshit us. Like, we bullshit y'all to the extreme. And then on top of that, look at the shit that they did in the past. Like, when you, even the laws don't even apply to us. And if you think about the law, the Third Amendment makes you 3/5 human. So if you 3/5 human, how are they even having laws and stuff on us in their society? And we 3/5 human. That means we not even a fifth. 5/5 it makes you whole. So if you 3/5, that means you incomplete. So how are you governing something that's incomplete? And on top of that, if that's false, is that, first of all, if we go by that, then that means none of their laws can apply to us. Oop boop, backspace. You cannot apply laws to something that you do not. Like, that's like factual information. Like, what the fuck? You just ordaining shit off of something that's 3/5, something that's property. But then you're not. And then on top of that, then you have the 13th Amendment that just makes slavery legal if you commit a crime. So basically, if you commit a crime, you could go. Slavery is okay. And then when you look back in the time, they was making up dumbass laws just to lock black people up. Just like now, they making up dumbass rules. Nigga, I could buy a paraphernalia from a store legally, but it can't be in my car, in my possession, or some shit, or in my pocket or some shit. But I could buy it over the counter. But all of a sudden, if I'm traveling with the grinder and shit, it's a problem. Or smoking plants. Like, the fuck? How you get in trouble for having weed? Like, this is shit I'm talking about. You locking up shit or doing dumbass shit. They making up shit. And then people are just going along with it. And this is just kind of just making me upset. The society just going along with the fucking shit instead of just challenging shit, questioning shit. Hey, all this shit. Come on, like, it's shit not helping us. It's helping them. So we gotta do better. Like, we gotta change it up. No, change it.